Hi, my name is Michael Alba. I'm a Class A longshoreman here in the port of Los Angeles, Long Beach. Third generation. My father and my grandfather were also longshoremen. And I guess how this whole interview came about was I was out surfing one day at a local spot here in San Pedro called Mossy's, and there was about 3 guys fishing on the rocks. And I remembered a guy coming up yelling like, hey, you know, something outside, and I figured something was wrong, so I started paddling in that direction. And then as I got further out there, I had seen a guy caught in a riptide, kind of just going back and forth with his head bobbing around. So I immediately realized, you know, someone's in trouble, I'm going to have to help this guy. So as soon as I got, I don't know, a little close enough to where I could push my board to him and not have him grab onto me, you know, that way he wouldn't take me down too. So when I got close to him, shot him my board and told him to hold on to it, and swam him out of the rip. I mean, growing up surfing, I know how to get out of a riptide, and the guy, obviously, poor guy, wasn't familiar with it, so you know, I figured I'd help him out there. And we swam for a while, and I tried to bring him in fairly close to where he was, but the waves were, I mean, it was a nice swell that day, and it was smashing against the rocks, and so I figured I'd swim all the way into the beach. And after a while swimming, I don't know, I got kind of tired. It was kind of a little bit of a swim, so I tried to get the guy to lay on my board and show him how to like paddle it, that way he can work with me. Other than that, I was just swimming, and I had my leash on, and I was kind of towing him. But the guy was obviously really tired. I mean, all he could do was just bear hug the board, you know, and I don't blame him. He was out there for a while. Water was cold, you know what I mean? I know it really takes its toll on you. And so we had swam all the way in the shore, and the whole time I'd seen these guys on the cliff kind of keeping an eye on me, which made me feel safe. And then, I don't know, I remember just getting close enough to shore after about 20 minutes where I stood up. It's rocky, it's rocks underneath, it's not a sand beach. But I remember trying to show him, like, you know, look, I'm waist high, you can stand up now, you know, you'll be okay. And the guy, he didn't want to let go of the board. I mean, I didn't realize how fatigued he was. And so he rode my board all the way into the rocks, kind of put a few scratches on it, but that's all right. And he got to the shore, and the guy just collapsed. And I mean, I didn't know what to do, and his partners were over at that time. And what little Spanish I knew and what English they knew, we kind of pieced together what was going on. And the guy, I guess, had swallowed a lot of water, and he really needed help. I mean, he was fading in and out of consciousness, and luckily by this time the lifeguard boat had come around, and they were firemen on the cliff, and my brother John was on the cliff. He was one of the guys watching me to make sure I was alright, and showed the firemen where the trail was. They came down, assessed the situation, and I guess it was a lot worse than we thought, and they called a helicopter out there, and they helivac'd them out. And I don't know, I mean, thank God this story ends with a happy ending. That last I heard, he was okay, so it makes me feel good.